everyone, this is Nikki Rowland, and today I have a layout to share for Simple Stories. I'm delighted to be back on their 2025 design team, and today I'm using their really lovely Valentine's collection for this year called Heartstrings. I always love a Valentine's collection. They're often my favourite ones of the year because I love lots of things, and I just think that the papers and everything tend to go with most of the photos that I have of my family anyway. So I am going to create a grid design for this layout. I wanted to use lots of the papers and showcase all of those, and then lots of embellishments as well. So I have used a metal die, just a standard heart shape, to cut out. If you don't have any of those, then you could do this by creating your own template. If I need to do that, I often just print one on my computer and print a heart shape or whatever I need, and then cut that out and just use that as a template. If you haven't got a heart shape die or template, then that's often the way I would go. Or you could cut one on a cutting machine if you have one of those as well. Right, okay, so you can see that I've used, I think, all the papers. The only one I haven't used is the cut apart on the side of the cut apart, because that wouldn't have worked. I also used a piece from one of the papers that I want to use for something else, so I made sure I took it from the middle part of the paper so that I could use the edge, or one side actually, for a different layout. And then what I'm doing is I've distressed the edges of all, only very, very lightly with my scissors, and I'm raising them all on foam pads in this 9 grid design. And then in the middle I have my photos. So my nesting dies are too wide to cut my photo at the smaller size that would have nested inside the heart that I've used. So all I did was I drew round the die, or one of the other hearts actually, on top of the photo, and then I just trimmed slightly within that line with my scissors. So it's not perfect cutting, because I don't do that, but I've again distressed the edges ever so slightly, and I've mounted that onto a coloured piece of pattern paper. So therefore it does, unless you really look at it really, really closely, you can't really notice my wonky cutting. It's not so bad that you can see it, obviously. So I have a whole load of photos to use here. As you can see, there's the one that's of the girls, and that's in the middle of the layout, and then the rest are small photos. So I have to tell you that we had my daughter goes to a girls' school, and there are therefore no boys on the scene at all, which I'm actually quite happy about. That was her choice to go to an all-girls school. In her primary school there was a class of 30, and there were, I think it was 24 boys. There was to 6 girls, and she said to me at the end of her primary journey, "Mummy, I'd like to go to a girls' school. I'm so fed up with boys." And that's where she went. But now there's no boys on the scene. She just literally doesn't know any boys. So therefore there are no boyfriends on the scene whatsoever. And all the girls kind of feel the same. I mean, I guess some must have older brothers or something. But anyway, the girls who came over to our house on Valentine's Day, they decided to have a gal-entines day party where they did lots of love things, themed things, and we decorated the house for Valentine's, and we made loads and loads and loads of heart-shaped cookies, and then they decorated those with different techniques. So we had sprinkles, we had melted chocolate, we had white melted chocolate, we had all sorts of things, drizzle and icing and marshmallows, and I say all different types of sprinkles as well. So they spent ages decorating. We made hundreds of biscuits, honestly, there was so many of them, and they spent ages decorating those. And then we had a pizza party, and they had lots of sweets and lovely things, and then they watched chick flick movies, etc. So they had this gal-entines day party, and that is what this layout is about. So even though I don't have love photos, this definitely worked well with that theme. So you can see that I'm using lots of little photos, and they're from all the decorations and the biscuits and things that we were decorating. So I've popped those on the hearts. Now I was a bit worried that they were too big for the hearts, because they do take away from the heart shape effectively, but I've just angled them so that you can still see that they are hearts underneath. I did think about trimming them, but they're quite small already, so I didn't want to lose the detail by making them even smaller, or printing them even smaller. It looks okay. I'm quite happy with how it looks. To each heart, I've got something on there, so I've either got a photo. In the bottom right hand corner, you can see they have a little clipboard. That's a journaling piece from one of the bits and pieces packs. And I'm going to write my journaling in there. And then on every heart, there is some embellishments. So on the ones that I didn't have photos on, I've either added some words, and they're from the sentiment bit. So I've got the big word love. I've got the words best friend. Shame I didn't say best friends, but we have to work with what we've got. Same thing. And up in the top right, I've got a chocolate bar, because there was a lot of chocolate that day, and a flower and some other bits. So I'm just going around each one and I'm adding different things. So at the bottom left heart, I've got a big bunch of balloons. On the bottom middle heart, I've just got some flowers. And so on each one, I'm really looking for all the small embellishment details that I could use, because obviously each heart is almost its own little scrapbook layout itself. So they've all got some kind of embellishment, so either floral bits and pieces, or they've got little stickers, or they've got hearts, they've got decorative brads, they've got some little chipboard pieces, they've got some little foam stickers as well, which are like the little heart-shaped ones. So each one has got something. Oh, and a lot of them have got little labels from the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. I always love the phrase stickers on those. I've got like hello friend, happy heart day, so happy, you are so great, sweet. All great things that are not too I love you. And then I just finished off with a few splatters of black paint. I love the pop of black in this collection with the doodled hearts there. So I just added a few little splatters, and that's me done. It was a really quick and easy layout to come together. Actually, I loved it. I loved doing it, and I loved the finished result. Thank you so very much for joining me today. That was Nikki Rowland for Simple Stories using Heartstrings.